page 719. Color guard, advance the colors. Scout salute. Please repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ready, two. Scout sign. Please repeat the Scout oath and law. Scout oath. On my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty, to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically straight, mentally awake, and morally straight. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and ready. Ready, two. Color guard. Post the colors. Please be seated. On behalf of the Troop 1, now I convene this Court of Honor and thank you for being here today for this ceremony and celebration, honoring James, Will, Banks, Bird, Ross, William, and Reed. The Eagle rank is the highest recognition that Scouting offers to Boy Scouts. This afternoon, we had the pleasure of witnessing these young men complete their journey, earning the rank of Eagle Scout by publicity, signing the Eagle Pledge, and receiving the Eagle Badge. To begin, the Reverend Ned Morris will deliver the invocation.
The Lord be with you. Let us pray. God, our Father, you see your children growing up in an unsteady and confusing world. Show them that your ways give more life than the ways of the world, and that following you is better than chasing after selfish goals. Help them to take failure not as a measure of their worth, but as a chance for a new start. Give them strength to hold their faith in you and to keep alive their joy in your creation. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
I now call on Ted Gage for a reflection.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to come speak about these boys. The rank of Eagle Scout. In a moment, the official trail to Eagle will be told for all to hear. That is the scripted story of how an Eagle Scout is manufactured so he may be presented the Eagle Badge in the ceremony. You will hear all about the merit badges he must earn and all the other motions a boy must go through to officially stand in front of you and recite the Eagle Pledge and wear that special badge. I want to tell you about the stuff that is not in the Scouting Handbook. Maybe we should just call them the Kodak moments this old Scoutmaster has witnessed these past 7 years that I really think created the 8 Eagle Scouts we have come to honor today. It all began on a storm-threatening evening on April 17, 2015, on the shores of Lake Bowen, when these boys received their Arrow of Light Award and then crossed those old wooden planks every Troop 1 Scout knows so well. Being the only Scouts I'm aware of to have crossed the bridge under the roof of the pavilion when the storms came in. As they stood with their new scouting brothers in the council ring of Troop 1 after crossing those planks, these words were spoken to them. The trail to Eagle still lies ahead of you. It takes a strong desire, a willingness to sacrifice, and a lot of guts sprinkled with a lot of love to make it. So this is just the starting point. Keep the fire going and the desire going within you. From this base camp, may your travels be onward and upward, and may you have a marvelous journey toward being a successful, active, contributing citizen of the community. And I must say, what a journey this has been. So get comfortable, because I could go on for several hours telling this story, and I promise I would not put you to sleep. But I only get 10 minutes, so I strongly recommend you go to our troop photo page on SmugMug, and I can assure you, you can be entertained for many hours following the adventures of these boys. As I look down at the 8 high school seniors before me, what I really see is a row of squirming 11-year-olds. I see one staying up all night on his first night in Scouts to claim a prize of donuts the next morning, for which I'm not sure he ever received his reward. And I see these boys proudly holding up the rainbow trout they caught on their crossover weekend to earn their first merit badge. I also see them with very sharp knives cleaning their bounty. And yes, we return them home to their moms, still having 10 fingers each. I see the excitement in their eyes as they headed off for their first camp week, which included 80 Scouts from our troop. And for some of these boys, was their first week away from home. I also see the bravery and sudden maturity on their faces as many of them experienced the Honawa plague of 2015, when they really wanted their moms to nurse them back to health, but had to settle for some old crusty Scoutmasters who I think did a pretty good job. They stood on the sidelines as first years, watching and cheering on their older brothers as they defeated the camp staff for their first time ever in Ultimate. I see 3 of these boys experiencing a 50-miler just 3 months into their scouting careers, and smiling just as much in the beginning photo as they were at the finish line. Soon they were a band of brothers celebrating 12th birthdays, conquering fears, rappelling off giant rock cliffs in Linville Gorge, boating through the locks of the Cooper River to Charleston, laughing into the night around campfires, and yes, completing those Eagle-required merit badges. The next thing you knew, they became teenagers, and they were not squirming quite as much. Camping was important to them as they discovered the Appalachian Trail on Roan Mountain and mastered the gorge zip lines. Their voices were getting deeper, and they were becoming big brothers of the troop. A favorite for them was the trip to Valley Cruces each year, living it up with snow sports. They would now be the players in that yearly competition with the camp staff and savoring a victory or two along the way. I can see them happily engrossed in a game of cards late in the night in their Adirondack cabin, lit by a single lantern and a classic photo that would later adorn one of our camp shirts. And oh yes, they were certainly learning many of life's lessons along the way. And the Scout Oath and Law was, I think, becoming a part of their lives. On the night of May 18th, 2018, will be a night these guys will remember for a lifetime. All 8 had been tapped out for membership in Scouting's National Honor Society, the Order of the Arrow, the previous summer while at camp. So they arrived at Camp Bob Harden on that Friday night in May to complete their ordeal weekend, along with their future Scoutmaster, Tim Satterfield. You might recall I said their crossover ceremony was stormy, so rain was no stranger to them. Well, the rains came as they settled in for a good night's sleep, and the rains kept coming until the camp resembled a raging river. It turned into a night of fear, but these guys had each other to give themselves comfort to get through the night and happily celebrate Bird's 15th birthday the next morning. In the past 3 years, each of these boys have successfully passed a border review to earn the rank of Eagle Scout. I feel one of the most important requirements they must complete is to write an essay about such things as what Scouting has meant to them and what their ambitions in life might be. I am always amazed at how well thought out many of these essays really are. I would like to share with you a couple of lines, and I expect you will hear many of the same themes when they speak to you at the conclusion of this ceremony. The Boy Scouts of America has taught me so much in my life, and I'm sure it will teach me much more. For starters, I have learned how to cook actual meals. Scouting has also showed me how to be a better person by teaching me the Scout Oath and Law and teaching me to always follow them. I strive to do a good turn daily, just like the Scout slogan tells me to do. After being a Boy Scout for 6 years, I have learned to do my best in just about everything I do, no matter how hard it may be. This ideology has helped me succeed in school, sports, and leadership positions, and it will help me succeed in the future, whether that be in college or a future job. Wherever I plan on attending college, I will be sure to do my best and be a leader. Another one said, I went on a 3-week backpacking trip this summer out west with people my age from all over the country. Every day there's a leader of the day, and I often got chosen for my leadership skills, enthusiasm, and the experience that Scouting has taught me. And another said, Scouting has taught me the value of respect in community. Scouts is a community of guys that I respect and for the most part enjoy being around. I believe achieving the rank of Eagle Scout will earn the respect of many, as it is not an easy accomplishment. And then I may or may not have learned how to cook, pitch a tent, go fly fishing, or tie every knot that is known somewhere other than Scouts, but nowhere else where I bonded with a group of guys the same way I have as a Boy Scout. And then the last one. Scouting has instilled in me the value of friendship. My fellow Scouts with whom I crossed the bridge from Webelos to the rank of Scout so many years ago are still my best friends to this day. Much has changed since then. We've all grown up. Our Scoutmaster has changed, but our bond as Scouts has remained. We shared the bond of getting lost on a hiking trip, getting deathly sick in our first year of camp, going on the 50-miler as first years, which has never been done before. No matter where the path of life leads me, I will always be a scout, and that is something I'm incredibly proud of. You might notice these words say very little about actual scouting moments, such as their favorite camping experience. A scouting leader knows his job is complete when a young man tells how his scouting journey has prepared him for life outside of scouting. The tougher the challenge seems to make these guys more anxious to conquer the peaks. There are no hills too steep for them to climb. They have been to places and done things that likely would never have happened for them outside of scouting. They have been challenged by doing things they thought were impossible and finding out it was really a piece of cake. Although they may not realize it, they have had the privilege of having many older scouts as their mentors, and they have been the mentors of countless younger scouts. Their scouting skills have set the foundation for leadership in their school government, athletic teams, and in church homes. James, Will, Banks, McClure, Bird, Ross, William, and Reed. Scouting is an experience that I think will forever shape your character. It has taught you to be self-reliant and resourceful, to value integrity, to set goals and work persistently towards them, and to recognize there are causes greater than self. These are values that will last a lifetime, and they are essential to the future of this nation. To you, our newest Eagle Scouts here today, I want you to understand that the significance of this award is not what it says about the skills you have acquired or the goals you have achieved. What makes the Eagle Award truly special is what it says about your character. The most important hike of your scouting career now awaits you, as you will in just a moment ascend 3 steps, totaling about 18 inches in vertical height, that lead to the chancel of this church, where you will recite the Eagle Pledge and receive your Eagle Badge in front of many members of your family, your friends, and fellow scouts. You will publicly acknowledge what you have earned, and by doing so, you will be held to a much higher standard for the rest of your life. I ask you to let these 3 steps represent the best of all the steps you have made in scouting, beginning with those steps across that rustic footbridge at Lake Bowen. I now ask you to rise from your seats and journey to this mountaintop before you. I would also ask all other Eagle Scouts present with us to come forward and stand behind you. A very experienced Eagle Scout, Boyce Lawton, will present us with the Trail to Eagle. As you begin this journey, I would like to quote you something from your lifelong friend, Dr. Zeus. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
I just want to take a second to start and say thank you for letting me go on this journey with you, as I almost didn't make it through some of those 50-milers and long canoe trips and other things. Scouting is no doubt one of the greatest organizations in the world to foster the ideals of citizenship. It is little wonder, then, that so many of our nation's greatest leaders had some of their earliest leadership experiences in scouting. The total development from boyhood to manhood depends on physical, mental, and moral growth expressed in the Scout Law oath. The Trail to Eagle is a steep trail that begins with tiger cubs and progresses to wolf and bear Cub Scouts, Weeblo Scouts, and finally Boy Scouts. Progressing through the ranks entails earning badges, participating in service projects, practicing scouting skills, and developing leadership skills. Each one of our scouts has reached some point along this trail. Awarding the Eagle Badge is an important and serious occasion. It is a time both for joy and celebration, as well as serious contemplation. It is the culmination of years of work on the Scouts' part and the effort of various leaders of these Scouts. The Eagle Award is the highest and most coveted rank in all Scouting. It is the last major step in the advancement program. Of all Scouts in the United States reach the rank of Eagle. The requirements for Eagle rank are as follows. Earn 21 merit badges, including 13 which are required. Serve actively in a troop leadership position for a period of 6 months after becoming a Life Scout. Plan, develop, and carry out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. Appear before a board of review of prominent persons and satisfy them that they have done their best to understand and live up to the Scout oath and law, and that they possess the scouting knowledge required to earn the rank of Eagle Scout. James, Will, Banks, McClure, Bird, Ross, William, Reed. At this point, we trust you have achieved our purpose in the building of character, training of leadership, and the practice of service. Careful examination has been made, and you have qualified and received the rank of Eagle. We will now turn the program over to Eagle Scouts Jack Gaskins and Graham Shield to present the Eagle Charge and to administer the pledge.
Thank you, Dr. Lawton. We challenge these Scouts to accept the responsibilities as well as the honor of the Eagle Scout Award. These responsibilities are as follows. An Eagle Scout is to live in honor. His honor is sacred. It is the foundation of all character. An Eagle Scout will live so that he reflects credit upon his home, church, school, friends, and self. May the white of your badge remind you to live with honor. An Eagle Scout is loyal. To thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night and the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Neither pain nor profit, pride nor personal loss shall sway loyalty. The blue on your badge is the emblem of loyalty. An Eagle Scout is courageous. Courage gives all character, force, and strength. With trust in God and faith in his fellow man, he faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of your badge remind you of courage. Finally, an Eagle Scout is service-oriented. Extend a helping hand to those who toil along the scouting trail you have completed, just as others have aided you. The daily good turn must take on a new meaning and enhance a pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless. Comfort the unfortunate and the oppressed. Uphold the rights of others as well as your own. Remember, real leadership is founded upon real service.
As our Scouts prepare to accept the responsibilities of the Eagle Charge Jack has bestowed upon them, I will ask each of them individually this question. Are you ready and willing to accept these responsibilities and to adopt the Eagle Pledge for all the days of your life? James, are you?
I am.
Will, are you?
I am.
Banks, are you?
I am.
McClure, are you?
I am.
Bird, are you?
I am.
Ross, are you?
I am.
William, are you?
I am.
Reed, are you? Please then rededicate yourselves to the principles of scouting by reciting the Scout Oath. On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
continuing with the Scout sign, I now ask you to commit yourselves to the Eagle Pledge by repeating after me. I realize my obligations
I realize my obligations
to my fellows, my home, my country, and my God.
to my fellows, my home, my country, and my God.
I will at all times do my best to assist other Scouts
I will at all times do my best to assist other Scouts
who are climbing the trail to Eagle
who are climbing the trail to Eagle
and give back more to Scouting
and give back more to Scouting
than it has given to me,
than it has given to me,
and to assist my troop as much as possible,
to assist my troop as much as possible,
and to be a living example of the Scout oath and law
and to be a living example of the Scout oath and law
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Family plays an instrumental role in a scout attaining the rank of Eagle. Fortunately, all of these scouts have been blessed with many role models. Will the Eagle Scouts please escort your parents to the front? All other Eagle Scouts may return to their seat at this time.
James, Will, Banks, McClure, Bird, Ross, William, Reed. We now proclaim to all the world your accomplishments. The symbol of your success is the Eagle Badge, which will now be presented to you by your father to be worn over your heart. We will now present the Eagle neckerchief to your parents, who will replace your old neckerchief. In recognition of the wisdom and guidance given to you by your father, please present him with the Eagle Father's Pin to be worn in your honor. And now, also in recognition of the many hours of patience, guidance given by your mother or grandmother, will you please pin over her heart the Eagle Mother's Pin? The parents may return to their seats, and while doing so, I call on Kobe Alexander to come make a presentation from the Sons of the American Revolution.
Good afternoon. I'm Kobe Alexander, and I'm your District Eagle Board Chairman. Before that, for 17 years, I was the Troop 1 Advancement Chairman. I'm also the Chapter and State Eagle Committee Chairman for the Sons of the American Revolution. Why, you might ask, is earning Eagle important? Scouts, sometimes without them realizing it, most of the skills they will need to become successful in life. Everything from cooking to financial and project management, from personal health and safety to the relationship skills needed to be productive servant leaders in their homes, jobs, communities, nations, and the world. It gives them a head start in life. The Sons of the American Revolution believes that these relationship and citizenship skills, along with the sense of duty to God, family, community, and country that is taught by BSA, and the determination necessary to complete the task of earning Eagle, are the same attributes that enabled our ancestors to found and build this country. That's why we are proud to honor these Scouts today. Scouts, earning the rank of Eagle is a significant accomplishment that will follow you the rest of your life. It is with great pleasure and honor that we present to you this certificate of recognition. Sorry, I should have had them in alphabetical order. Congratulations on earning your Eagle. Eagle Scouts do make a difference. By the way, Scouts and parents, the Sons of the American Revolution has an annual contest for Eagle Scouts that features an award nationally of up to $10,000. See me afterwards if you're interested in participating. Thank you.
Thank you, Kobe, and thank you for all that you do for our Scouts here in Swartberg. By the authority of the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you are Eagle Scouts. May the oath you have taken always remain with you. The eagle soars high and seeks to rest only upon the lofty peaks as an Eagle Scout. You too must soar high, and I know you all will. You must not swerve from the path of duty. Your ideals must be lofty. You must strive to obtain that which is the highest and noblest in life. Eagle Scouts make a difference. We congratulate you, Eagle Scouts, James Boyd, Will Gaskins, Banks Mullen, McClure Mullen, Bert Satterfield, Ross Hill, William Schwartz, and Reed Stilley. I now call upon Troop 1's newest Eagle Scouts to make a few comments.
Hello, everybody. I'm James Boyd. On behalf of everyone receiving their Eagle Scout today, I want to thank you for making the effort to be here and share this exciting experience with us. I would like to start by thanking Mr. Gage, Mr. Satterfield, Dr. Lawton, and Dr. Switzer for helping all of us through our scouting career. I truly couldn't have done it without y'all's guidance. Scouting is about being cheerful. Mr. Gage instilled this into us from the beginning of our scouting career by always having a smile on his face, even when we misbehaved. Scouting is about being helpful. Mr. Satterfield and Dr. Switzer showed that throughout my scouting experience by always helping me making my rank advancements. A scout is clean. This was a hard one for most scouts, and it was definitely a hard one for me. But Dr. Lawton helped all of us stay clean by making sure our uniforms were straight and worn correctly. Last but not least, I want to thank my mom. Without your help, I would have never completed my scouting career. You had to force me to do a lot of work early on, but over time, scouting grew into something that I truly enjoyed. Going to the scout hut every Tuesday and seeing all my friends running around throwing the frisbee, football, or kicking the soccer ball was a highlight of my week. Camp Hononwa was always an experience. My first trip to scout camp was the infamous year of the throat bug. I never imagined that I'd ever see that many people throw up at once. To a 10-year-old me, it was truly a shock, but we made it. I enjoyed camping trips we did over the years. The rock climbing trip to the Linville Gorge was one of my favorite trips by far. It helped me conquer my fears of heights in a very beautiful place. Most of all, I'm going to be missing sitting around the campfire talking with my friends that I've made through scouting. It is an honor to become an Eagle Scout in the same troop where 97 years ago, my great-grandfather, Dr. George Dean Johnson, became the first Eagle Scout in the state of South Carolina. I'm proud to continue my family's tradition in scouting at Troop 1, and I am forever thankful to everyone who helped me along the way. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Will Gaskins, and I want to thank all of you for coming out to watch this Eagle Scout ceremony. First, I would like to thank my parents for making me stick with scouting for the past 6 years of my life. Driving to town from Pauline every week to bring me to meetings took dedication. Being a scout in Troop 1 has taught me countless and valuable lessons that I will be able to use for the rest of my life. Becoming an Eagle Scout wasn't easy, and that's what makes it so special. The Trail to Eagle taught me how to be self-motivated and self-disciplined, which has made filling out college applications a little easier. I also want to thank my grandfather for giving me a place to do my Eagle Scout project. I would also like to thank Mr. Gage and Mr. Satterfield for being the best scoutmasters anyone could ask for. I can remember Mr. Gage holding me in the middle of the night at Camp Hononwa while everyone was sick. Though scouting had its lows, like the plague that struck New Smyrna in 2015, there were plenty of highs that made up for it, like biking the whole 50 miles on the Virginia Creeper, catching huge rainbow trout only to be found in small stocked ponds in North Carolina, and canoeing down the Edisto River. It's hard to imagine what my life would be like if I hadn't been a Boy Scout in Troop 1. And joining the ranks of so many who came before me, as well as these friends here with me today, is an honor that that will be hard to top. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Banks Mullen, and I would first like to thank everyone for coming here this afternoon to see my friends and I receive this honor. Throughout scouting, I have had some of the best experiences in my life, and I have made countless lifelong friends. I must give special thanks to my father, who was the reason I joined Troop 1. I truly cannot thank you enough, Dad. Actually, I unofficially joined Troop 1 long before I crossed over that little wooden bridge. My dad started taking me on most of the scout trips with my brother James when I was only 9 years old. It was like my backpack was bigger than I was. I am extremely thankful that I joined this specific troop because Troop 1 is unlike any other scout troop. The thing that separates Troop 1 from the other troops is the culture that Mr. Gage has built. In all of Boy Scouts across America, only 6% of scouts earn the rank of Eagle. In Troop 1, it is 40%. That alone says a lot about the members of Troop 1. It is a special group of boys who truly enjoy scouting, and we have so much fun together, but we also take it seriously. We enjoy the hikes, campouts, rock climbing, canoeing, especially pulling out barbecue and making slaw, and the camaraderie that goes along with that. We have been very fortunate in Troop 1 to have gone on some amazing trips. We have canoed down the Eddystone River, hiked the Appalachian Trail countless times, and completed 2 50-milers, and spent many weeks at Camp Hononwa, and we saw some incredible views along the way. These trips were not always easy, but special thanks to Mr. Wakefield, we did not get lost once when he was on the trips. Sharing these experiences with my fellow scouts created bonds that will last forever. And one experience that stands out, as everybody knows, is the plague at Camp Hononwa in 2015. I've never quite seen anything like that before. A violent virus swept through the camp and wiped out 95% of the troop, and I don't think I will ever forget that one. Earning the rank of Eagle is such a huge honor for me. In addition to Mr. Gage and my father, I would also like to thank Mr. Satterfield, Mr. Schwartz, and especially Dr. Lawton, who always kept everything organized and who always helped keep people motivated. This has been an incredible journey where I've learned so much and have made some of the best friends ever. Thank you.
I'm McClure Mullen. I would like to thank you all for coming, and a big thank you to Scoutmasters Mr. Gage and Mr. Satterfield for helping me through to get my Eagle. The plague at Camp Hononwa was one of the worst. People throwing up on either side of me, but it helped me get to where I am and has made me to a different person, my journey to Eagle. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bird Satterfield. I'd like to thank you all for coming out today to celebrate our achievement of becoming Eagle Scouts. First off, I'd like to thank my mom and dad for always pushing me to achieve Eagle, and I know that my mom is looking down on me today with a big smile on her face. I'd also like to thank Mr. Gage and Mr. Lawton for being two of the best scouting leaders and role models I've had. Mr. Wakefield and Mr. Mullen for organizing some of the best trips I've ever been on, and finally Mr. Schwartz, because I know that if he wasn't going, then neither was William. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Mr. Schwartz, for putting up with us and teaching us how to be a better young men. I'm very fortunate that I've been able to experience so many memories with this group of scouts, whether it was enduring the heat of Hononwa, pushing through blisters while hiking, or just sitting around a fire. There's no group of friends I'd rather reach Eagle with. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ross Shield. Thank you to all my friends and family for coming out on this very important day. Joining the legendary Troop 1 has been one of the greatest decisions that I've ever made in my life. Troop 1 has taught me skills and attributes that I may have never learned otherwise, such as leadership qualities, how to be responsible, and so many more. I can remember just over 6 years ago, William Banks and I became the first years to go on the 50-miler. On the third night of the trip, disaster struck for me, as I, in the pitch black, picked up a smoldering log that would leave me with second-degree burns all along my left hand. It was some of the worst pain that I've ever experienced, and keep in mind, we were in the middle of nowhere, so there is no treatment that I could have received. The next day, we canoed between 20 and 30 miles on the French Broad River, and anybody who was there would tell you that I handled it like a champ. Now, I don't mean to give myself more credit than I deserve, but Troop 1 in Scouting has taught me that rather than complain about my situation, I should put my head down and power on, because a Scout is cheerful and a Scout is brave. I'd like to thank Mr. Satterfield, Mr. Gage, Dr. Lawton, Bill Schwartz, my parents, my brother, and all others who helped me to earn the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I wanted to introduce myself if you already don't know me. My name is William Schwartz. I want to start off and thank you all for taking the time out of your schedule to come to this memorable day for myself and all the boys standing up here. Scouting has definitely been an important chapter in my life, and I couldn't have done it without the help from my parents, fellow scouts, and the leaders of Troop 1. Being a scout has a different definition for everyone, and I believe the trips and events you do while you're scouting shape that definition. There have been so many unforgettable scouting trips I've been a part of, such as going to Hononwa every summer, maybe not so memorable when the whole camp got sick, going on GPS trips at Lake Marion and Moultrie, hiking through North Carolina at the Art Loeb Trail, canoeing on the Edisto, the 50-miler, and many more. I would love to talk about all these trips specifically, but we would be here for a while. To look at one of the trips that shaped me the most as a scout was the 50-miler. When I took place in the 50-miler, I was one of the three first years to be on that trip. The other two are two of my best friends, Ross Shield and Banks Mullen, who are standing up here with me today. The 50-miler is what it sounds like. Not an easy thing to do when you're 5'4", about 110 pounds at the age of 12. During a 4-day period, we hiked around 22 miles and canoed over 30 miles while facing many challenges, such as having blisters all over our feet. One of the most important things I believe scouting has taught me is never to give up at the first sign of trouble or defeat. I wanted to give up on that first day of the 50-miler, and we hiked 14 miles in one day. I'm so glad I didn't, because I'm standing up here today gaining the significant award of Eagle. I don't think I could do a speech about scouting and not mention Camp Honawa. Some of the key things I remember about Honawa is the horrible food and staying up way past when we were supposed to. I can't mention everything we did at camp because I don't think Mr. Gage would like it so much, but those camp experiences I will never forget. Scouting offers you relationships with people you never thought would be your friends outside of scouting. Scouting is a brotherhood, and I will never forget all the friends and memories I've made during this 10-year period. Thank you.
Over my years in scouting, I've learned many things, but the most important value I've learned is the importance of community and being thankful for my community. So first of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Gage for being there for not just us, but Troop 1 over all these years. I'd like to thank Mr. Satterfield for stepping up these past 3 years and keeping the guys in Troop 1 on track to one day get their Eagle. I would also like to thank Dr. Schwartz for taking the time out of his days to meet with all these guys so they could achieve their next rank and get closer to becoming an Eagle. Mr. Gage, Mr. Satterfield, and Dr. Schwartz, as well as my parents, have all been a huge help to me and many other scouts throughout all these years. I think all of these leaders, as well as the rest of the scouts, is what motivates so many Troop 1 kids to achieve the rank of Eagle. Our community here is truly like no other. All these guys up here with me, as well as the ones who have come through Troop in the past and have made this achievement, make it feel even more special. My best memory from scouting has to be getting invited to play with the Honawa Frisbee team against the counselors. As a younger scout, this meant a lot to me to be playing with all these older guys that I looked up to. From that day, I could tell Troop 1 was a community that truly cared about each other and wanted to see each other succeed. I remember another time similar to this one, also at Honawa. I was getting ready to go to sleep in my hammock when Graham Hall and Jackson Pye came up to me and introduced themselves. Me being a little first year, this meant a lot to me that a few of the older guys took some time to come talk to one of the youngest kids in the troop. Today, with the roles reversed, I hope that I and these other guys have had the same sort of impact those guys had on me back then. All this goes to say that I'm proud to be standing up here today with all these guys, and that this group made a huge impact on my life inside and outside of scouting. That's really the most important thing to me, and the most important thing I've taken out of this experience. And I have to say that this is the best community I've ever been a part of.
The Reverend Ned Morris will now give a benediction.
Please rise. Let us pray. O Lord, grant that Reed, William, Ross, Bird, McClure, Banks, Will, and James may possess the will and the strength to live up to their solemn obligations, to do their duty to God and their country, to serve their community, to all mankind be trustworthy, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, to help others at all times, especially those who are weak or in need, to assist their fellow scouts along the Eagle Trail, providing leadership and inspiration that they may also experience the fulfilling rewards of scouting, to keep themselves physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight in every undertaking of their daily life, to respect our wildlife and environment, to be prepared and to do their best in every endeavor, never to forget that they are Eagle Scouts, and always to remember that they represent the ideals of the highest achievement in scouting, a symbol of good character and citizenship, and of wholesome worth and honor. Amen.
On behalf of Troop 1 and the families of our new Eagle Scouts, I would like to thank you for attending this ceremony. The families of our Scouts honored today would like to invite everyone to join them across the street in the Parish and Community Life Center for a reception. Please stand and join us singing God Bless America, found in your program. Will the color guard please retire the colors?